Hey guys, so welcome back. What I thought we would do today is do this heart tray that I got from Molds and Shapes because I'd like to try it out. I love this little edge. I thought we would try to do 3 flowers, one in each corner. And I have the Let's Resin 48 piece kit. I'm using Rose, Orchid, and Sapphire Blue. I also have a little bit of the dark moss green. Not sure if I'm going to throw that in there or not. And I'm going to use the bloom paste from Pouring Your Heart Out. So I mixed up 240 gram of resin, which is roughly around 8 ounces. And I want this to be between 33 and 36 degrees, so we're at 35.3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weigh out 20 gram. I think 20 gram will be enough for this. So let me weigh that out. That's going to be for my white. I'm hoping this is enough for this mold. Okay, 20 gram. Now let's just pour this in here. Yeah. Good. I might go up to 30 gram for my white. I just want to make sure I have enough. That would be 10 gram for each flower. And I just make a mess. I got 30 gram. Let's just scrape this cup to get the rest of it out of here. I'll have to take some bubbles out. I did put this in the debubbler. This is a really thick resin. It's just an off-brand type of resin that I got from Amazon, but it does pretty good with blooms. So I thought I would use it. And I think the reason it does good with blooms is because it is so thick. You know, you want your resin to be thick when you do a bloom. That's why you let it heat up, because that thickness will help the white float. Okay, you just clean this stick off. A little here. How is this? Everybody else get resin everywhere like I do? Or is it just me? I'm getting a baby wipe just to, and I spilt a little bit. I need to clean that up. Okay, now with Julie's bloom paste, half turn, she says 3 small drops because it's 1 drop per every 10 gram of resin you use. Be really careful. You don't want it all to come out at one time, and it's almost like it's plugged off. Let me see if I can get this to open up a little bit here. Half turn. Shake it down. Okay. 1 drop. 2 drop. Come on. 3 drops. Now you want your white to mix up and look like skim milk. If you use too much, then it will all sink and blob. Oops, sorry guys, I didn't mean to hit that. Hit it with my glasses. Probably should drop my alcohol inks before I mix that up. And let's dip out my I'm just looking for bubbles. Where's my light? If I can turn it on. A light helps to see the bubbles around through there if you have any. Okay, I think I'm good. I am going to take the... Ooh, that just popped apart. Take my little torch around and pop bubbles. This resin is so thick. Okay, I think I'm good on that. All right, let's drop our colors. Now, I'm just going to do one color for, I probably should have let that cool down just a bit before I dropped those colors. But I didn't. And you know, resin does pull to the center. So all this will pull. Just a red. Now let's do a blue. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just going to drop a green kind of in between each one. Maybe see if it'll kind of look like a few leaves or something here and there. I've seen somebody in one of my Facebook groups make one of these. She did hers a little different than mine. She drew her flowers and I didn't really watch the whole video. And she used a stick to draw the flowers. I'm just going to pour mine out and do a basic spiral. And then pull through them. Okay. Clean that off. Because I make too much of a mess. We all know that. Okay. This little hole is probably where I torched. Purple's not very strong, is he? Okay. Now I'm just going to give that a few minutes to do its thing. Get a paper towel. So we all know I like to pinch my cup. Put my paper towel around it. I have better luck doing blooms this way. I draw them with a stick, they blob. I use a piping bag, they blob. Alright, now I'm just going to do basic spiral in each one of these. And I will pull that through that center just because of it will blob if I don't. One more, come on. My spirals are never pretty like most people's. Okay. Now, where did I put that little piece? I've already lost it. There it is. Pull through anything you think might blob. Okay. And now I'm just going to pull in. And like I said, I know this is all going to pull toward the center of the mold. So I'm not exactly sure how it's going to turn out. And then I just spiral the center there. And I'm just going to do each one of these the same way. This one I went really thin with the white, so I'm not sure how that's going to turn out, but he may not bloom very well. And then I will do a backing on this. Let me swirl my center here. Alright guys, you can see they're already starting to bloom. This one's going to be really light if he blooms. I might take the heat gun on low and see if I can help him out just a little bit here. Sometimes this will help to get your bloom going, but you don't want to mess with your pattern. You just want to see if you can get it to start blooming with a little heat across the top of him. These other two look like they're blooming pretty good. I'm not so worried about those. And see how these look like little leaves? I think that's cute. Alright guys, I'm just going to let this go. Let it do its thing. And then we will come back for a backing. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, so I'm back. This has cured enough to where it's sticky, but I can put a backing on it. What I would like to do is, I've got 3 different colors and I don't know which one I'm going to use. I have this, it's epoxy metal, Mica Blush Gold by Art Tree Creations. I really like that color. Then I have the Molten Luxe Gold Paste by Color Passion, and I love that color. And then I have the Goose Paste Copper, and this I got from this little piggy website. I just did a copper the other day, so I think I'm going to leave that out. I thought about doing a crackle, because I think that'd be really cute with these, but I don't know if it's going to turn out. So it makes me a little leery to do it. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to do the blush gold. So I've mixed up right at 200 grams of resin. I didn't put it in the bubbler because I'm putting a paste in it, and usually a paste kind of, or this might be a mica powder. mica powder is going to help pop those bubbles down in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a big scoop of this and put it right down in there. Put the lid on that so I don't get that everywhere. And then I'm going to slowly start to incorporate this. I don't want this powder flying everywhere. And we know that's how mica powders do if you're not real careful. I hope this is going to be a pretty color. I've never used it. I just opened it. I haven't used any of these colors. Okay, now I think that'll be a pretty color behind those flowers. I just want to make sure that this mica mixes up completely. I don't want any flying lumps of mica powder around anywhere. I did mix my resin for 3 minutes prior to this. I think this is a pretty color. Just don't want any lumps of mica powder. And I'm using the same resin. It's a fairly thick resin. Even as it warms up, it doesn't thin down very much. It still stays fairly thick. I haven't let it set. I didn't put it in the debubbler. I just mixed it up. Alright guys, I think that'll be okay. Isn't that a pretty color? A lot of bubbles though. I'm tempted to put it in the debubbler. It seems like they're popping fairly well. Alright, I'm just going to go for it, guys. Now, you don't want to be slow about getting this on because this is very soft. My layer is, and I don't want to have a big ring where my resin just sat instead of spreading. I think this is going to be gorgeous. I hope the other side just didn't blob, and I hope that I had enough white to bloom in that red flower, because I made my lines very thin there. Okay. Alright guys, I'll just leave this alone. If bubbles do pop up, I might torch it here in a few minutes. But the mica powder usually, like I said, takes care of this. I might take my stick around and just make sure it's in those pretty little edges of this mold. I don't remember what they call that edge, but it is called something. I just can't remember what design it is. It's very pretty. This will make a really pretty tray. I'm not fond of taking the hearts and making into a bowl just by the shape of the heart. I think it just doesn't work very well. And this mold could have held a little more. Alright guys, that's it. So I will see you all back for the demold. Hey guys, this has completely cured. And I am going to see if we can demold this. I will link the mold in the links of the description. Let's see how this turned out. I hope it's pretty. Oh, that is pretty. Oh, I love that. And that red did bloom. I was worried because I had done it quite thin. Does anybody else hate these lights? Isn't that pretty? That blue one. Those little leaves along it. Alright guys, I will see you all back for the next video.